Hello everyone and welcome back for another guide for Botania. Today we'll be going over many of the functional flowers, what they do, and how to make them. Before we hop right into it, I just want to say some of these flowers don't have the most straightforward names and I will horribly mispronounce them. But if you're looking for a specific flower, all of the time codes can be found in the description down below so you can jump to exactly the part you want to know. So without further ado, let's just hop right in. The Redstone Root is a crafting material that is used in flower creation. To craft it, you'll need a redstone and a grass, and it'll give you a redstone root. The Agricarnation will speed up the growth rate of crops in an area. To make it, you'll need to toss 2 lime petals or mushrooms, 1 green petal or mushroom, yellow petal or mushroom, 1 rune of spring, and 1 redstone root into a petal apothecary. When placed, it will draw mana from a nearby mana pool to quicken the growth rate of crops in an 11-block square centered on the Agricarnation. If you're wearing the mana seer molecule, you can actually see the range the flower will affect. Now, as you can see, it is not connected to this mana pool. So I'll shift right click the flower and the mana pool and it will activate. And as you can see, almost immediately it starts adding a light bone meal effect to plants. The Bellethorne will inflict damage to creatures in an area. To make it, you will need to toss 3 red petals or mushrooms, 2 cyan petals or mushrooms, 1 redstone root into a petal apothecary. When placed, it will draw mana from a nearby mana pool, and it will damage enemies that are within a 13-block square centered on the Bellethorne. So as you can see, we currently have a nitwit villager in here. Let's throw a couple cows, and I will activate the Bellethorne. And as you can see, cows are taking damage. It goes all the way and kills them. There goes the villager and the final cow. As you can see, there is a limit to how many creatures it can damage, and every tick it will do a half a heart of damage. I have switched the game over to easy, so let's throw in some creepers. As you can see, they're taking damage. Zombie pigmen, since they don't burn in the sun, and as you can see, they are all taking damage and dropping their items. So if you pair this with some other flowers, you can get some pretty decent mob farms. You just won't be able to get experience. The Bergamute will stop most sounds in an area. To make it, you'll need to toss 2 green petals or mushrooms, 1 orange petal or mushroom, and 1 redstone root into a petal apothecary. When placed, it will stop most sounds in a 3-block radius, and it does not need mana to operate. Now, when I say most sounds, what I mean is that it will only stop sounds of animals. So you can see I got 2 cows and some pigs here. If I come in here and I bump up the volume, you can hear the villagers in the area, but you can't actually hear the animals. And I got a note block here, so if I start playing this, you can hear it fine. But then again, you can't hear the animals. The Clayconia will turn sand into clay. To make it, you'll need to toss 2 light gray petals or mushrooms, 1 gray petal or mushroom, 1 cyan petal or mushroom, and 1 rune of earth into a petal apothecary. When it is supplied with mana, it will turn all sand into clay that is in a 11-block square centered on the Clayconia. So let's activate it, and as you can see, it is turning sand into clay. Now, it is not turning sand into clay blocks. It will turn 1 sand into 1 little clay ball. Now that's finished, let's run around and collect all the clay. As you can see, this area, the area that it works in was completely full, and it gave me almost 2 whole stacks of clay. The Daffomill will push blocks that fall within its range. To make it, you will need to toss 2 white petals or mushrooms, 1 brown petal or mushroom, 1 yellow petal or mushroom, 1 rune of air, and 1 redstone root into a petal apothecary. When supplied with mana, it will push items in a 5 block wide, 16 block long area from the Daffomill. The direction of the Daffomill is decided by what way you are facing when you place it. Such as the one I have here is currently placed facing the lava. But if you would like to switch it, you need to have your Wand of the Forest switch to function mode, and then shift right click the Daffomill, and it will switch the way it is going. Now if I bind this to my mana pool and I step inside, you can see that I'm not moving. That's because it doesn't move creatures, only blocks. So let me start tossing some blocks in. You can see I'm just dropping a bunch of items in, and there they go towards the lava. Now, since I'm using iron bars to show the areas, you can see some of the cobblestone over here, and the netherrack on the end are actually missing. It's because if I go over it, you can see that they're now not in the area. So if you want to make some sort of trash can, make sure you're using full blocks, not bars or fences. The Dreadthorne will work similar to the Bellethorne, but it will only harm adult animals. To make it, you'll need to toss 3 black petals or mushrooms, 2 cyan petals or mushrooms, and 1 redstone root into a petal apothecary. When it is placed and powered by a mana pool, it will harm only adult animals. So as you can see, I got 3 villagers, 2 cows, let's do 2 adult sheep, and now let's get some baby animals. So get some baby sheep, baby cows, and we'll keep the adult villagers. So now let's activate our flower. As you can see, no more adult animals, but we still have all of our baby sheep and our villagers. Let's very quickly get our, and as you can see, I forgot to make some baby cows, so now we have baby cows. The Exoflame will heat nearby furnaces. To make it, you'll need to toss 2 red petals or mushrooms, 1 light gray petal or mushroom, 1 gray petal or mushroom, 1 rune of summer, and 1 rune of fire into a petal apothecary. When placed, it will draw mana from a nearby mana pool and power the furnaces that are in an 11 block square centered on the Exoflame. The flower can power multiple furnaces and it will only use mana when items are being processed. To show you what I mean, let's quickly activate this, and it is not working because there's nothing in these furnaces. So let's start by putting some iron in, and it is powered. Smoker, and it is powered. Blast furnace, and it is powered. So the Exoflame will power any furnace or similar items with mana. The fallen Kanade will heal players within range. To make it, you'll need to toss 2 white petals or mushrooms, 2 yellow petals or mushrooms, 1 orange petal or mushroom, and 1 rune of spring into a petal apothecary. When placed, it will draw mana from a nearby mana pool to give players a regeneration effect as long as they were within a 5 block square centered on the fallen Kanade. So let's activate it, and as you can see in the top right corner, I now have regeneration. It's regen 3 and it lasts for 3 seconds. So if I leave the area, it will quickly go away. But as long as I go in, I can have it. This will also use up large amounts of mana when it is giving you this effect. So keep that in mind, and you might need to power the pools with mana while it is being used. The Hopperhock will pick up items from the ground. To make it, you will need to toss 2 light gray petals or mushrooms, 2 gray petals or mushrooms, 1 rune of air, and 1 redstone root into a petal apothecary. Now when it's placed, it will pick up items within its range. It would do this in a 11 block square centered on the Hopperhock. So let me take my Horn of the Wild, and I'll get rid of a bunch of this stuff. And as you can see, it is getting picked up by the Hopperhock in this yellow square, and not further out of it. If I check this chest, all of the items are now in here. But there is a bonus to this, is that since it doesn't, if you do supply it with mana, it will actually work in a larger range. So if I now bind this to my mana pool, it now picks up everything up to a 21 block square centered on the Hopperhock. You can also whitelist what items go in certain chests by using the Hopperhock. As you can see, I have an item frame with seeds on this right chest, and I have no item frame on the left. So if I fly up, take my Horn of the Wild, and clear out the area, you can see the Hopperhock is picking up all the items within its range. Now, let's check out the seeds chest. Only seeds. The other one? All the flowers. As I said, you can whitelist what items go in certain chests by using item frames. And now if I hover over the Hopperhock, you can see pick up only items in frames. What that means is that if this chest wasn't here, it would only pick this up. And it also prioritizes these items if there are other chests in the area. So if I shift right click in function mode, I can change it to pick up items not in frames. So it will prioritize the flowers and then it will go to the seeds. Lastly, pick up any items. It will pick up anyone starting in a certain area. The Hyacidus will poison nearby mobs. To make it, you'll need to toss 2 purple petals or mushrooms, 2 magenta petal or mushrooms, 1 green petal or mushroom, 1 rune of water, 1 rune of autumn, and 1 redstone root into a petal apothecary. When it is placed and supplied with mana, it will poison all poisonable creatures within its range. So let's switch to bind and let's activate it. As you can see, all of my cows here are now poisoned, but I am not. It will not affect players. The Jaded Amaranthus will create other mystical flowers. To make it, you need to toss 1 purple petal or mushroom, 1 lime petal or mushroom, 1 green petal or mushroom, 1 rune of spring, and 1 redstone root into a petal apothecary. When it is supplied with mana, it will start creating mystical flowers. The order of them and placement is completely random, but they will be limited to a 9 block square centered on the Jaded Amaranthus. So if you're able to create mana at a reasonable rate, but you need more mystical flowers, this is the flower for you. The Jiyuulia will repel living creatures away from the flower. To make it, you need to toss 2 pink petal or mushrooms, 1 purple petal or mushroom, 1 light gray petal or mushroom, 1 rune of water, and 1 rune of air into a petal apothecary. Now, when it is supplied with mana, it will repel creatures in an 8 block radius. So let's start place cows, and as you can see, they're now magically being pushed away. So if you need creatures away from something in the center, place one of these and it will push them away. As you can see, the cow can't fight it. This will also work for any enemy mob or other creatures. It will not work on players though. The Marimorphosis changes stone into different types of stone. To make it, you need to toss 1 gray petal or mushroom, 1 yellow petal or mushroom, 1 green petal or mushroom, 1 red petal or mushroom, 1 rune of earth, 1 rune of fire, and 1 redstone root into the petal apothecary. When it is supplied with mana, it will change stone into 8 different types of metamorphic stone. Each type corresponds with a different biome, and you can get them in any type of biome you are in, but you will more likely get the type of stone associated with the biome you are currently in. The different types are forest, and you can make them into the standard stone slab stairs, brick slab stairs, cobblestone slab and stairs, cobblestone wall, and chiseled bricks. Plains can get in these same types. The mountain variant, the fungal variant, the swamp variant, the desert variant, the taiga variant, and the mesa variant. If we go back to my big board, as you can see, the majority here are of the plains variant because we are in a plains biome. But you can still see fungal, mesa, desert, forest, taiga, all of the other types mixed in here. So if you want a specific type, try to find that biome. And if you can't, don't worry, you'll still get it, but you just won't get as much. Like any normal stone, if you mine this, you'll get the cobblestone variant, smelt it to get normal ones. They follow all the same crafting recipes as cobblestone and stone. The Medumone slows mobs in their tracks. To make it, you need to toss 2 brown petals or mushrooms, 2 gray petals or mushrooms, 1 rune of earth, and 1 redstone root into a petal apothecary. And when supplied with mana, it will slow creatures by applying slowness to them. This will affect any non-player characters. So you can see all my cows are now slowed to the point where they're just not even moving. Didn't notice this while testing. I don't know how I missed it, but yes, it will stop them exactly where they are. And this will work in a 13 block square centered on the flower. The Pollidisiac will breed animals in an area. To make it, you need to toss 2 red petals or mushrooms, 2 pink petals or mushrooms, 1 orange petal or mushroom, 1 rune of lust, and 1 rune of fire into a petal apothecary. What this flower will do is it will feed animals as long as the materials they need to breed them are on the ground in its area. So you can see I already have it powered, and it has a large area. So if I take this wheat, I'll drop 4 of them, pick them up, and there we go. It will now breed them. If I toss the carrots, it will breed them again. Seeds, it will breed them as well. Gonna pick them up. There we go. And so if you place a dropper here to drop them on certain intervals, or maybe some other way, you can use this to automatically breed animals. The Rannuncarpus will place blocks in the world. To make it, you need to toss 2 orange petals or mushrooms, 1 yellow petal or mushroom, 1 rune of earth, and 1 redstone root into a petal apothecary. This flower will place blocks within a range as long as a certain type of block is set for the base. So currently I have white concrete on the block beneath the flower. This means if I toss blocks onto the flower or within its range, it will place them on white concrete. So as you can see, I got this nice little heart pattern. If I start throwing red concrete on top of it and waiting a moment, it will start placing them without the need of mana. Mana will increase its range. So if I now go finish it out, 2, 3, 4. And now you have your nice lovely heart. The Tangleberrie keeps creatures within a certain area. And to make it, you'll need to toss 2 cyan petals or mushrooms, 1 light gray petal or mushroom, 1 gray petal or mushroom, 1 rune of air, 1 rune of earth into a petal apothecary. When it is supplied with mana, it will keep creatures within a range of 7 blocks, as you can see in this nice yellow outline I have. Let's make it night. Ooh, let's go midnight. See, it is now midnight, and let's add a villager friend. How's it going, villager friend? So let's spawn a zombie. As you can see, this villager is now hitting the area range. And come on, you can, what, really? Really? You're just gonna stand there and not run around in circles? Was not expecting that. But yes, as you can see, the zombie is now stuck within the area. Let's toss one more in here. Does that actually go for it? Oh no, he's not gonna go for it. But they'll run and they'll be stuck by the border. The Tigerseye is a replacement for having cats around your base. To make it, you need to toss one yellow petal or mushroom, one brown petal or mushroom, one orange petal or mushroom, one lime petal or mushroom, and one rune of autumn into a petal apothecary. So to show you how this works, I have it activated and I have some creepers in my little pen here. Now, you know, he's all alone. Let's go and say hi. Hello, Mr. Creeper. Hello, Mr. Do you not want to talk? Hello, Mr. Creeper. No, how about these guys? They seem to have friends. Oh, do you not want to talk to me? Aw, how sad. As you can see, since we're within the range of the Tiger's Eye, all creepers will not only not explode, they will actually run away from you if they get too close or you get too close. So it's nice if you have some important stuff around your base and you don't want it to get exploded. The Vinculotus will keep Endermen from teleporting. To make it, you need to toss 2 black petals or mushrooms, 2 purple petals or mushrooms, 1 green petal or mushroom, 1 root of water, 1 rune of lust, 1 rune of sloth, and 1 redstone root into a petal apothecary. And when supplied with mana, any Enderman that tries to teleport within its area will actually teleport to the flower. If I hover over the flower, you can see just how large the range of this is. So big that when I tried to measure it out, I could barely see the end of it. And it actually was fairly difficult to see how close it is. But it is a very, very large range. And it will only consume mana when an Enderman actually teleports inside it. You know what, let me actually show you. As you can see, they keep trying to teleport away, and they always come back to the flower. And no matter how many times they try to teleport, they keep just coming right back. And see, he tried to walk away, but came right back. It might make for some annoying noises, but they're ways to muffle the sound or just put up with it for a nice Enderman farm. Now you have all you need to continue your journey through Botania. That's all I have for you today. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe for some more Minecraft guides and the occasional other video. But thank you all for watching and have a good day. Bye!